Matthews, Matthews Plumbing and Heating. We've been working here at Georgian Court for 33 years. And we've been operating this Apollo fountain pump for 30 of those years, I'm sure. That's my best estimate. But it takes a little bit to run, and but when it does run, it's really cool.
For this year, to get us through this commencement, we're working with our contractors. We have a temporary pump, and we will be bypassing the original historic pump using a temporary pump. Fingers crossed, Apollo will run for this commencement.
We'll start out by preparing the fountain itself. Up at the sculpture, there's a lot of cleaning to do, a lot of old piping that goes through this thing that, you get rust buildup, you get some of the seaweed in that's drawn from the lagoon will clog some of those fine pointed outlets. So it's a process. All those rings that you see in the Apollo, they all have to be removed. They have to be flushed out by hand and also poked. Every one of those, because they just get clogged. So it is quite a process. Just prepping the Apollo fountain itself. Come down and start cleaning out the debris right out of the lagoon. The growth in there is quite a bit. So then we come in and we always have to make adjustments on this clutch that engages the gear from the motor to the pump itself.
A lot of the piping is original, so it is from 1904. It's corroding. As things break down, we've repaired them with more modern materials. But there is still a lot in the tunnel to be replaced and repaired. We've
been making repairs over the years. As pipes rot, they snap, they rot off. We've been kind of patching it together to keep it running for those few performances during the year. Once we get that motor going, she starts spinning, we engage this clutch, and she takes off and, has been a performer for all these years. But now it's getting to a point where, they're going to need to take some action to keep that fountain in proper order.
Throughout the years, not all the repairs to the fountain have been with the appropriate materials. As with a lot of the statuary and brickwork around the campus, modern materials have been used to repair historic materials. And it's very scientific when you get into the permeability rates between modern concrete and the original lime-based concrete from 1890, and that leads to a lot of freeze thaw, and that's basically from ice because of improper repairs throughout the decades. The long-term plan is to create a recirculating system which will allow us to run Apollo all the time. Once we repair the main structure, we're going to take a look at creating a recirculating pump, and this will allow us to bypass the system, no longer use the lake water, have fresh water brought in from one of the buildings, and that will allow us to run Apollo on a consistent basis, hopefully ideally with a push of a button.